Hey guys, this is Come Ken, and I really want to work harder than my body will allow me to. Let me tell you what I mean by that, because last month, when I was working day and night to try and pay off my debts, where I was working shifts that would go from 9 to 5 and then take another shift that would go from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning, and then have another shift that would start 2 hours after that with only an hour and a half to sleep in between. I was starting to feel like, one, I was like, okay, this is a survivable amount of work that I can handle. Like, I was like, I figured out how much work I can handle. I was like, okay, yeah, this is something I've never pushed myself to do before, and I can actually handle this amount of work. Cool. Like I can do this. But then I started to notice little aches and pains in my body. I was just like, this doesn't feel good. Like, I want to work another shift. I want to do it. But I'm getting, it's like there were like warning signs. Like pains in my chest, pains in my stomach, in my head. Thoughts of like, you probably don't want to do that, bro. Maybe you want to slow down a little bit, dude. But then my overall desire is like, I just need to keep going. I need to work. I need to push. And I know I have the capacity and the ability to push forward. But for some reason, my body it's failing me, dude. And I know I can work more, or I know I have the ability to work more, but why are these pains showing up when I just want to continue pushing myself? I don't want those pains to show up. I didn't intend for them to show up. They just come. And I'm like, but Alex Hormozy said you got to work hard. Like, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you got to keep going. You got to push. And I'm trying to, but I feel like if I were to ignore those warning signs, something bad is going to happen that I can't exactly reverse. Or something will happen to where I will be forced to slow down. I will be forced to stop. I'll be forced to stop working, not permanently, but at least for a little while I recover. Because while I do have the capacity to work really hard and to keep pushing myself, it's almost as if my body doesn't. Like I have the strength, I have the physical strength, and I have the mental strength to push through hard times. But then there can be like little pains in my body, and I'm like, okay, well, one, I don't have health care to where I can go and get those checked out. Two, if I stop working, it's not like I can have a little sick day like when you're in school and you're just sick and you can go to bed and watch cartoons and your parents will take care of you. If you're sick, you just don't have anybody to look out for you like that. You just have to deal with that, and then while you're sick, you're not making any money. You don't have any money, and you're not able to put your body to work because you're laid out in bed, unable to do anything. And that's from pushing myself too hard. And I feel like if I push to that level, to that extent, and end up in a worse position, that's just counterproductive to what my actual goal is. Like, if I'm trying to work to get to a position where I can increase my capacity for work, if I push myself beyond what I'm capable of, then I'll just break down. It's not like being a Super Saiyan. It's not like anime where if you push yourself beyond your limits, you'll reach a new height. It doesn't work like that. Like, in life, if you were to do that, you can push yourself beyond your limits for a short period of time, but there always comes a cost with it. You'll push yourself until you break, and then either you'll have to sit down and recover, or you'll break something that permanently that you just can't fix anymore. And while I might romanticize the Japanese work ethic a lot, especially for manga artists or animators, a lot of them do push themselves to the point where they permanently break things that just can't be fixed again. Especially your spine. Like, your spine is one of those things you got to really take care of. And if you break that, or if you push it so far in one direction for years and years on end, it's not something that doctors have figured out, oh, just put this back in place and it'll start working again. It's going to be a permanent deal that you'll have to deal with for most likely the rest of your life. And as much as people want the creator of Hunter x Hunter, Yoshihiro Togashi, to finish his series, he pushed himself so hard that his back is now giving him problems for the rest of his life. I also heard of one of the creators of the manga group Clamp, had lower lumbar problems that were serious and that they couldn't recover from, or they had a hard time recovering from. Back problems are a serious issue with making comics, and that comes from those stem from sitting incorrectly or pushing yourself too hard to make the work. Those things are serious. A couple other cases, like in the case of the creator of D. Gray Man, they're sick to the point where they can't really continue drawing the series that everyone loves. Similar thing with the creator of Nana, to the point where she can't continue doing the series that I love. And I think a lot of that comes from ignoring the warning signals that your body gives you when you're pushing yourself too hard, and it's telling you and it's begging you for a break. I'm begging you for a break, because the mind is really strong. The mind is really strong enough to allow you to push past those bodily limits. But at the end of the day, your body is the one that has the final say. Your heart is the one that has the final say, where no matter how much you actually want to do something and push yourself to do it, if your body just isn't responding anymore, it's most likely because you pushed it to do things that it wasn't meant to do for a long period of time. So, as much as I want to be like a Super Saiyan and be like, oh, I'm just gonna push beyond my limits and whatnot, it's best to push yourself and push your capacity as far as you think you can go. Develop a capacity for hard work, for deep work, but then listen to the warning signs of your body so you don't push yourself too hard or don't end up in the hospital. You don't want to end up in the hospital working yourself too hard, because then you won't be able to do the thing you were working hard on to begin with. And that just is counterproductive. So know your limits. That's pretty much the point of this video. And if you want to see something that I never get tired of working on, no matter how much time I put into it, check out my latest webcomic, Saintly. It is a demon chase horror action comedy about two best friends who have to outrun the demon loan sharks that they borrowed from. Basically, it's like Scooby-Doo meets K-pop demon hunters without the K-pop. And the story backs the main character into a corner where she has to decide between the hard path to success or lose her soul to the lure of easy money. And we get to see the ramifications of her choice, and if she can hide this deal with the devil from her friend, or if it will tear them apart. And I hope you read my comic in the description and check out the story. It should appear in your email inbox or your spam folder if you don't see it. And please rate the video, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.